tie it with one swing. High drive! It's tied! Adolis Garcia sends one the other way. That sends Carroll back. He's at the wall, and the legend grows! Adolis Garcia wins game one!
How about that for game one of the World Series? Corey Seager brought the Rangers back from the dead in the ninth. Then Adolis Garcia, El Bombi, added to his October magic as the Rangers take game one in a classic World Series game. Hey, everybody. Welcome into Free For All. Sam Gannon alongside Mike Ducey. Every game we say this, I don't think we can predict the endings of this one, but man, what a showing by the Texas Rangers with the never say die attitude today.
This Ranger team that had struggled so much to win at home, the last time before tonight that they'd played in this ballpark, they were crushed by that late Altuve home run. They turned the tables with Seager getting it done to extend the game, and then who else but El Bombi winning the ball game as he homers for a fifth straight game in the postseason.
It's unbelievable. And, you know, I recently found out, Mike, that they call Adolis Garcia El Bombi. It was a childhood nickname given to him because they said his head looked like a light bulb, and the light was most definitely on tonight. Just his postseason legend continues to grow. Game one of the World Series.
Yeah, and again, the guys that the Rangers need to get production from did it in the biggest way possible tonight. Seager with a towering home run in the ninth, that two-run shot. And then Adolis Garcia, who'd been hit in the hand in his previous at-bat, so you wondered how that might affect him. And he goes the opposite way and muscles that thing out to win the game. Let's take you through some highlights real quickly here as the Rangers start fast in the first inning. Corey Seager on first for Evan Carter, who knocks it off the base of the wall. Seager rounds third, comes on home to score. So an RBI double for Carter to get the Rangers on the board first. The next hitter, the hero from the ALCS, that man Garcia, singles to left. It's enough to bring home Carter, and the Rangers have a 2-0 advantage in the first. The Diamondbacks, though, answer top of the third off Nathan Eovaldi. Corbin Carroll misplayed by Tavares, and Carroll's really fast. That'll be a stand-up triple to tie the game. The next batter, Ketel Marte, grounds in the fielder's choice. Low throws it to the plate, but Heim can't make the tag. It's 3-2 Arizona. Rangers tied on a bases-loaded walk, but in the fourth, Tommy Pham breaks the tie. That's gone off Eovaldi. 4-3 Arizona. To the fifth, Marte out to center field. That's going to result in a double. That's going to result in another run driven in, and Arizona extends its lead to 5-3. Then the stuff we've been talking about. In the ninth, man on first, Seager just destroys that. That's gone, ties the game at 5. We go to extras, bottom of the 11th. And it is Adolis Garcia. The legend grows. The walk-off home run to right. Garcia sets the record for most RBIs in a single postseason, breaking the mark held by that St. Louis Cardinal, David Freese. There's more than a little bit of irony there as Garcia wins it for Texas in the 11th. And here's what he had to say on Fox after the game.
Adolis, walk-off home run. When you came to the plate, what were you thinking?
I was thinking on hit a good pitch, make good or bad, and just thinking give it the victory to my team.
When the ball went over the wall, what was your reaction?
It was an exciting moment, you know. I was just looking to the dugout, looking at all my teammates happy and sure, you know, happy.
The hit by pitch, how much did it hurt your hand?
I think he was trying to throw an inside pitch, but I just, you know, I get lucky that it's nothing worse.
So it wasn't painful?
No.
All right, the ball Seager hit to tie the game. When you saw that, what did you think?
That was one of the best moments of the game. He tied the game. He fired me up, you know. I get so excited too, and I know we can get the win.
What did this team show the Diamondbacks tonight?
You know, it's going to be a really good series. We show all the teamwork, and we're going.
Adolis, congratulations. It's your night.
The Rangers had been 1-61 when trailing after 8 innings. They come from behind and win Game 1 of the World Series tonight with Seager and Adolis Garcia. Just heard from him.
It's amazing, Mike, because the Rangers so far this postseason have been known for being the road warriors. They've won 8 straight on the road in the World Series. They hadn't won a game in their building at Globe Life Field since Game 6 clincher against the Orioles. So the fact that they get it done tonight, the first postseason series that they get to start off at home, it's the biggest one. And the playoffs, Mike, as you know, are built for heroes and those big-time moments, and that home run by Adolis is going to go down as one of the biggest.
No doubt. As big a moment as there's ever been, clearly, in the history of the Texas Rangers. You're hearing some of the fans as they're leaving the ballpark here tonight. The "Let's Go Rangers" chants are alive and well.
We got fans out here, Mike.
Folks are enjoying this, as you might expect. No one had left this park, needless to say, even though it had gone to the 9th with the Rangers trailing 5-3. The place was still packed. It erupted when Seager hit the towering shot, and then Garcia as well. Here's Corey Seager live now, speaking with the media here at Globe Life Field.
Home run was huge, and but I know when it comes to talking, you like to talk about your teammates more than yourself. What can you say about Adolis Garcia and what he's meant on this run?
Yeah, you know, special players step out in moments like this, and he's done it all postseason for us. You know, it's been extremely fun to watch and extremely fun to be a part of.
Questions for Corey? We'll go to the 4th row on your left, Corey.
Corey, Nathan Eovaldi has been great for you guys today. Wasn't the best, but for you guys in offense to be able to pick him up, what does that say about the team, Mark?
Yeah, you know, it was awesome. Evo grinded for us, though. You know, he gave us some good innings, kept us in the game, kept us close, and that's what we needed out of him today. You know, and fortunately enough, the offense got to pick him up this time, and he's done it enough for us in the past, so it felt good to kind of give him that one.
Standing out your right, Corey. Claudia.
Corey, you have never given up regardless of the score or the inning. What were your thoughts as you came up to the plate?
Yeah, you know, this is a resilient group. We've preached it all year, you know, pass the baton. The game's not over until all the outs are made. So we went in there and just tried to have some good at-bats in the 9th and then continue to have them in the extra innings.
4th row on your right here.
Corey, what were some of the things that happened before you stepped up to the plate that put you guys in that position? I know there was relief pitching, there were walks, but what were, from your perspective, what were some of the things that put you in position to be able to have a moment like that?
Yeah, you know, you can't say enough about the bullpen. They gave us a bunch of good innings, you know, didn't give up a run, kept us where we needed to be. You know, I think that was kind of the biggest part for us.
The 2nd to last row, straight back.
Can you talk about that at bat you had to hit the home run, and also what you were thinking when the ball came off your bat?
Just excitement, obviously. You know, it's fun. This is the playoffs. You know, this is kind of what it's all about. So it was a cool moment for sure.
Standing on your left, Corey. Jeff.
Hey, Corey, why do you love 0-0 pitches and swinging on them so much?
I mean, those guys are good. You never want to just give them a strike, you know, so you never know if the one you're supposed to move forward is the first one, so you're just kind of always ready.
Other questions for Corey? Barry in the middle here.
In that vein, were you looking for a fastball? What was your mindset as you're going up to the plate?
Yeah, you know, just trying to have a good at bat. Really, that was pretty much it.
Was it a good pitch? Was it a hitter's pitch? What kind of pitch was it? Because I mean, it went out so fast. I mean, you really couldn't tell.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Sorry.
Go to the next question. Go to Russell back there.
Corey, a lot of guys aren't able to slow the moment down when they're getting those big spots. For you, 2017 Game 2 homer in the World Series tonight, game against Houston at CS. How are you able to kind of lock into that moment and not get ahead of yourself for wanting to hit that big home run in that spot?
I think this team's just done a good job of that. We've talked about it all year, you know, pass the baton. You don't have to always be the guy that night. You know, rely on your teammates, trust your teammates, do what they need to do, and it's contagious. You know, it rubs off. It puts you in a clear mindset.
Anything else for Corey? All right, Corey, thanks so much.
Shortstop Corey Seager with the 9th inning home run to tie the game, and then Adolis Garcia wins in the 11th. Sam, Seager simply loves this ballpark for the World Series. He won World Series MVP in 2020 with the Dodgers here, where he hit 2 home runs. He was 8 for 20 in that series, hit 2 homers, and starts with a bang here in Game 1 tonight. for one of the Ranger heroes as they win at 6-5 in extras.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mike, it was almost as if Corey Seager was channeling that good energy from the 2020 World Series, as you said, where he was named the MVP. And it's so fitting to hear Corey Seager talk up there, Mike, because it's exactly right. He doesn't like to talk about himself. He wants to give all the credit to his teammates. But I was thinking in this game, I was like, you know, if the Rangers are going to have a chance, either Marcus Semien or Corey Seager are going to have a breakout moment. And sure enough, Corey Seager does just that in the 9th. But again, this is what the playoffs is about. You need your best players to be at their best. And Corey Seager with another one of those big-time moments in Game 1.
He's just shown some uncharacteristic emotion here recently, and why not? If you're not going to do it in these kind of moments, when are you ever going to do it? But when Seager shows that, it means something because it's kind of unusual for him. He's usually so stoic. It was an interesting the ball game, really entertaining ball game, clearly for Ranger fans, an enjoyable ball game. Now, Eovaldi wasn't terribly sharp, had kind of a weird game where he went only 4 2/3. 5 runs, 6 hits. Not a good postseason performance by his standards, but he struck out 8. But then the bullpen was in shutdown mode for the Rangers. Dunning and Bradford and Gray and Will Smith and Leclerc all did their jobs, and that kept the Rangers in the ball game and allowed the offense to do what it did late.
Yeah, the bullpen, as we know, Mike, we've been talking about all the regular season, even in the postseason, at times shaky, but they gave up just 2 hits today, 0 runs. And Nathan Eovaldi, this is really the first time in these playoffs that we've seen a little bit of a lull in his performance. This is the first time that he's given up more than 3 runs in the playoffs. He gave up 3 in that Houston game, Game 2 of the ALCS. So, again, not a bad performance, but also not what we're used to seeing. He wasn't necessarily at his best tonight.
And that makes this win even bigger for Texas because they don't get a great performance from their postseason ace, but they still, the Rangers figure out a way to win the ball game. And now they send another guy who's been really good in the postseason in Jordan Montgomery to the mound against Merrill Kelly in this ballpark in Game 2 tomorrow night. All right, here's some of what Bruce Bochy had to say moments ago.
I mean, it's hard to hit a bigger home run than what he did there, down 2 in the 9th. You know, he saved us there, but you could see it in him. He got everybody fired up. I mean, just a great job.
Go to Barry in this 3rd row here.
Both you've had some great World Series wins. Where does this rank, especially for the shock value of hitting a 2-run homer to tie it up and then winning it with Garcia, who's just been phenomenal your whole postseason?
Right, Barry. It's right up there at the top. It has to be. I mean, that was a great game. Entertaining game. Great ball game. You know, we had some chances out there. Couldn't quite get that big hit, but late we did. We get the big home run. You know, Leo, you got to mention him. Great job drawing that walk. You're hoping you get somebody on, and he did that for us. But, yeah, that's right up there at the top.
You have a comparable? Like
you know what, I'd have to think. I can't think of, you know, there's some big games we had, but I could think of a couple. But, you know, like I said, that's right up there amongst the rest of them, you know, the top ones I had.
Go to the 4th row on your right, Boch.
Right here. Were you surprised that Seager got something to hit in that situation?
Well, there was a guy on. We have some pretty good hitters coming up, so you know, it's hard to start putting guys on with a 2-run lead. So, and they have their closer, and he's really tough. And so, no, I'm not surprised.
Go to the 4th row in the middle.
On Adolis, with his penchant for the big moment, what can you say about him staying within himself, letting that pitch get deep and going the opposite way with it?
Right. He's done such a great job of that. We saw him in the last series. We saw him, you know, toward the end of the season. And he's doing such a great job of controlling his emotions, so to speak, where he's not overswinging and he's staying under control. And that's fun to watch when he does that.
The second to last row in the back.
Can you speak to the job that your bullpen did for you guys tonight?
Right. I can't say enough about what they did. I don't know where to start with all of them, and some of them hadn't been out there in a while. They rose to the occasion. to hold them there. You know, you're down 2 runs. You want to keep it close and give yourself a chance to, you know, to get back in it, which is what happened, and that's because of that bullpen. We used a lot of guys, and they all came through for us. Terrific job, and you know, I don't want to leave anybody out because they all did a great job.
Bruce Bochy, so good at spreading the love and the credit to his entire team. The Texas Rangers taking Game 1 of this World Series over the Arizona Diamondbacks 6-5 in extra innings, thanks to Adolis Garcia's walk-off home run in the 11th. Don't go anywhere. We have much more coming up on Free For All. We'll hear from our Jeff Kolb, who will have down with players in the clubhouse. Stay with us.
Gallen to Garcia with a 3-1 pitch. Line drive, base hit left field. Carter can fly. He heads home. It's 2-0 Texas.
That run driven in the first tied the David Freese postseason RBI record, and then Garcia broke it with a fairly large hit later in the game.
It's a minor one, you know.
The walk-off homer in the 11th as the Rangers win Game 1 of the World Series 6-5.
Yeah, and Texas, Mike, actually becoming the first team in the World Series to win a game when trailing by multiple runs in the 9th inning. So
Wow.
some impressive stuff there
That is.
by the Texas Rangers.
Absolutely. Okay, Jeff Kolb is with us, I believe, on the field right now. He's been in the Ranger clubhouse talking with some of the guys, and let's see what Jeff has in terms of interviews for us right now. Jeff?
What a whirlwind this night has been, huh, guys? Another stat for you. So during the regular season, the Rangers were 5-45 when trailing after 6 innings. That, of course, the situation they were in tonight. But, of course, clutch again. Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia. Obviously, that will highlight this win, but we cannot overlook this bullpen. You heard Bruce Bochy talk about it. The pen goes 5 1/3 scoreless innings, 2 hits, no walks, 6 strikeouts. Incredible work from Dunning, Bradford, Gray, Smith, Leclerc. This bullpen, as we know, has been maligned throughout the regular season. Yes, they've been good in this postseason, but they've had some lucky moments, as we know. Just an incredible performance to pick up Nathan Eovaldi on a night when he was not at his best. You know, had strikeout stuff, set a record, in fact, for strikeouts in a single World Series game by a Rangers pitcher. But this bullpen picks him up in a big way and allows Seager and Garcia to then be the stars and heroes in the end.
What a performance from
You know, two unbelievable postseason performers. But wow, I mean, the electricity in the building is awesome. Fans were rocking all 11 innings. Two big swings from our guys. I mean, we haven't won very many games after we were losing. I think after the 8th or something, whatever that stat is. And to do that here in Game 1, I mean, Corey Seager, big at bat, and then Adolis just doing what Adolis has done this whole postseason. What more can you say about Adolis? I mean, we talked about him a lot, but he just doesn't stop.
There are no more words. Like, we've all said them all. It's just, wow, at this point. It's just, he comes up in that situation, you know, something big's about to happen, go grab your popcorn. I mean, just wow.
Yeah, I mean, we might have been to home plate before he was to first, but that's awesome. You know, I mean, he enjoy every moment of it. It's been really fun. Honestly, right now, I mean, it's otherworldly. I mean, you got people like him, Dolly, everybody's coming through in big moments like that, and that's what you need, people around you that are going to be veterans, that are going to come through in those moments like that. And it's just been, gosh, yeah, you have all the confidence in the world in them.
Your first World Series game, did it live up to it? I mean,
oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, gosh, it exceeded my expectations. I didn't know what to expect, but it exceeded them. Gosh, I mean, what a roller coaster. That was awesome.
John, you've obviously been a starter really the whole year. You know, the bullpen has gotten flack a lot of this year. For the bullpen to come up like this, what kind of statement was that, and what does that mean for the confidence of the whole group?
Oh, it does a lot for our confidence. It does. I mean, we all know what we're capable of, but just to see us go out and guy after guy do it again, I mean, that's a confidence builder. We trust in each other, but I think we have a lot more now.
Adolis Garcia, I mean, what more can you say?
I'm glad I don't play for the Diamondbacks, because I mean, he's incredible, man. He hits everything, and if there's a big moment up, you better watch out, because he's ready to make it happen.
Obviously, you know, we've seen Arizona bounce back. They lost the first two in the NLCS, but how can you ride momentum from this kind of win going forward?
We really got to stay on the gas pedal. Like, we really got to. We can't let up with a team like that. Like, they're a good club, and you know, if we really, I think if we really play our game, don't settle back at all. Don't, you know, take at bats off. I mean, if we stay on it, I think we're going to be in a really good spot.
So, guys, the Rangers, they had homered in 11 straight playoff games heading into this one. So as we go to the 9th, you're thinking they could really use one. And, of course, Seager comes through huge there, make it 12 games in a row. The Rangers now 8-0 in the postseason when scoring first. Obviously, a lot of their success has come on the road. This just their second home win. Not to say that the offense was perfect. Of course, they trailed from the 4th into the 9th inning. The Rangers were 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. They left 12 men on base, so still work to be done there. But, you know, they did touch up the closer, Sewald. He had been 6 for 6 on saves in the postseason. You know, I asked John Gray, Young, about this D-backs team and how they certainly put on tape tonight that they can score with the small ball, the bunting, the hit and runs, the steals. You know, this Rangers team understands that they have to play clean baseball to take care of this Arizona team.
Yeah, and you talk about the struggles at home, and it was headed in that direction again. You know, we'd all kind of written the stories in our mind about, you know, here we go again with the Rangers losing. It would have been a 4th straight home game in the playoffs. But, Jeff, Seager and Garcia prevent that from happening. And when you have two guys like that, two superstars in the middle of your lineup who can carry things, they can take you a long way in a World Series, huh?
Oh, 100%. And you can tell that the other guys in this Rangers lineup feed off that and take confidence from that. You know, Evan Carter, we can't overlook him as well. Tremendous in his first World Series game. The guy has reached base in every playoff game. But to know that Garcia is on the streak he is, everyone felt it in this building that, hey, this has to be his moment. And, of course, he comes through after Seager comes through, you know, with his own Adolis-style celebration going down to first base.
Yeah, Jeff, you talk about Corey Seager, and you've been around him a bunch, too, in the clubhouse. He's not a guy that shows a lot of emotion, but these last 2 games now, Game 7 against the Astros, this game tonight, you're starting to see just a little bit more of that personality shine through, but still, he's one to give all the rest of his teammates credit. But again, I think all these guys just feed off each other's energy in big moments like this.
Well, and Seager, maybe he knew it right off the bat, but he knew the game's not over, right? That was a game-tying home run. So just like in Game 7 on Monday night, He knew firing up the team could do something going forward into extra innings, and he does that again. Like you said, Sam, I mean, he's not a demonstrative, energetic, type of guy like we see Adolis Garcia be, but Corey Seager is clutch. That cannot be denied, and this now makes for 3 World Series home runs in this ballpark. Corey Seager is the best guy you can have on your side when the World Series is being played here in Arlington.
And I don't think you can overstate, and I'll repeat this, how big it is for them to win a game where Eovaldi pitched the way that he did. Namely, he didn't pitch like big game Nate, like postseason Nathan Eovaldi, but to still be able to figure out a way to win the game late and then send Montgomery to the hill tomorrow, that's huge in this series. It changes the whole dynamic, the whole complexion of this series, Jeff, early on.
And it's funny with Eovaldi because really he had about as good of stuff as we've ever seen him have through those first 2 innings. I mean, it was 1-2-3, 1-2-3 with 4 strikeouts. He was on. He really just missed with 3 pitches, the 3 extra base hits that he gave up, and that cost him 4 of the 5 runs that he surrendered. But like you said, Mike, for this bullpen to pick up Eovaldi, who thought that we would be saying that? And then you get Montgomery up tomorrow, and I was speaking with him yesterday during media day, and he admitted to me this is the best streak that he's ever been on. You hope he doesn't come back down to earth, but the man they call Gumby has just been on a roll, and the Rangers could not be feeling better after this extra innings win with him on the mound here tomorrow.
Absolutely, Jeff. And again, we talked about this a few minutes ago, but the fact that the Rangers have been able to be so successful on the road, I do think it was important for them to prove to themselves that they can win a game at home here, especially in the World Series. But the way this series is, you just get the feeling that we're going to have more games like this. I'm not sure how many blowouts in this World Series there will be. What do you make, Jeff, about just how you think this series might unfold?
It's funny because you and I were talking earlier, and I'll admit I said to you, Sam, I could see this being a 4-game sweep for the Rangers. Granted, we didn't know a lot about Arizona. I think I learned a lot about this Diamondbacks team tonight. They took a punch in the mouth in that first inning, and by the 3rd inning, they were up. They took a punch in the mouth in the NLCS. They lost the first 2 games to the Phillies. They came back and won 4 of 5. So I would not write Arizona off at all. You saw what Corbin Carroll can do. You saw why he will be the Rookie of the Year in the NL. This team has speed. They pressure you when you're pitching in the field. We saw that with Carroll scoring, on that fielder's choice to Nathaniel Lowe, and he came home and Carroll's in there. So this team does the little things. It's not the style of baseball you see typically in 2023. The Rangers are what most teams are. They're hitting home runs and they're winning with power and big plays. This Arizona team knocked off the Dodgers and the Brewers and the Phillies for a reason, and they need to be taken seriously.
Yeah, it's a fun contrast when you look at this matchup, and we're just getting started. Rangers take game 1, 6-5. Jeff Kolb, thank you very much. We'll come back with more here on this special post-game edition of Free for All. Peyton Yeager joins us. We hear from the fans coming up.
Mike, I know you wish you could hit high notes like that, but I just love her. The 5-time Grammy winner wowed the crowd. That's her signature look there with those sunglasses when she performs. And, I mean, man, what a performance there for Game 1.
She was outstanding. No two ways about it. I love the
Perfect.
way she sang the anthem tonight.
Can you sing it like that?
Probably not. Wouldn't want to hear me try. I guarantee you that.
I've heard you sing enough in the office.
Stay away from all things anthem, if you know what I mean, for right now.
Got you.
Yeah.
Continue on. What about the other festivities pre-game?
The pageantry, it's my turn to talk now, isn't it? The pageantry continued pre-game. Former President George W. Bush handling ceremonial first pitch duties. The 43rd president emerging from the dugout to an ovation from the crowd. Here at Globe Life Field, he threw the pitch to Rangers legend and Hall of Famer Pudge Rodriguez. And before the game, Mr. Bush shared his prediction for this series with Derek Jeter, who caught his first pitch, that memorable first pitch, during the 2001 World Series in New York.
Now, everyone knows about your love for the Texas Rangers organization. How excited are you? This is the first World Series since 2011. You have a chance to win.
No, I'm fired up. As all the Ranger fans. We got a good team. Arizona's good. I think we're going to prevail in 6 games, but we'll see.
Rangers in 6.
The president was watching me on Good Day this morning. That was my prediction as well. Rangers fans set a new attendance record here at the ballpark tonight. More than 42,000 in attendance, 42,400 plus. Pack in the stands behind us, and not a one of them had left by the ninth inning. That's for sure.
And they witnessed a good one tonight as the Texas Rangers take Game 1 in walk-off fashion, 6-5. Right now, we like to welcome in Peyton Yeager, who is with fans, caught up with fans. And Peyton, I'm sure they were ecstatic after that win tonight.
Just a little, Sam, just a little, but I'm just kidding. I mean, Game 1 of the World Series, finally a win at home. It was raining outside, but it doesn't matter. That's why I bought this sweatshirt and probably looked like this, because it was raining out here, but it doesn't matter because the Rangers won. So we were outside here at Globe Life Field when everyone was running outside after that walk-off homer from Garcia. We were hearing MVP chants. Garcia is him, and we talked to ecstatic Rangers fans. You have to take a listen.
What happened? Oh my God! Are you kidding me? Adolis Garcia, MVP, let's go! Come on, Rangers, baby!
How about those home runs at the end?
Rangers in 4! Shout out, Bombi, Rangers in 4, let's go!
The last time they were in the World Series.
Okay.
So we got to get
Was your heart racing at the end?
It was racing, just like Altuve's home run, but this time we're on the other side, so everything's all good.
How much better does it feel that we're on this side?
Way better, way better. Everybody's happy.
That was insane. He went, boom, and everybody just started jumping up and cheering and clapping hands and stuff. It was insane.
Let's go! Rangers on top! Rangers on top! I love Corey Seager! I love Corey Seager!
I don't know if this is real, if I'm dreaming right now, but Rangers won the first game. Rangers in 5.
What are your thoughts on Garcia?
Adolis Garcia is a bad man, baby. Let's go. Hey, Rangers in 6.
I mean, we kind of gave them a second to breathe. Everyone inside was so tense, their shoulders. I was like, breathe, breathe, everybody. But Sam and Mike, I'm not gonna, no bad news here, but I was standing here a week ago when we all know what happened. I talked to much different looking fans, but this right here feels so much better, and they truly deserve it. We had a blast out here. Back to you guys.
It's a little thing we like to call sports. Peyton Yeager.
That's why you play the game, Peyton.
Thanks very much for doing the work with the fans, sometimes in the rain tonight. Thanks very much.
I was going to say, fans always entertaining in a loss or a win. Tonight they win some, consuming more liquid beverages. than others. Meantime, it's never too early to look ahead to Game 2. And Jordan Montgomery, he is going to get the start. Tomorrow night, he will be on the mound for Game 2 of the World Series. Montgomery started Game 1 of the first 3 playoff rounds. The last time we saw him, he was coming out of the bullpen to relieve Max Scherzer in Game 7 of the ALCS. Montgomery got the W in that game, just his second major league relief appearance.
I knew after Game 5 when it lined up on my bullpen that I was going to be available for some innings. So really just tried to stay as mentally prepared as I could, go through a couple different scenarios in my head, and just be ready when the phone call came.
Diamondbacks lineup is fast, like to steal bases. I mean, what challenge does that present to you as a pitcher, and how do you kind of manage that in the game?
Just going to have to kind of mix up my times. Can't get caught in the same rhythm, and try and mix in as many slide steps as I can, give Joe no chance, and hopefully I can pick off a couple guys.
Before Game 2, fans will see 2 of the greatest players ever to wear Rangers uniforms. Adrian Beltre throws out the ceremonial first pitch. He'll learn in a few weeks whether he's selected as a first ballot Hall of Famer. Catching the first pitch will be a man who's already in the Hall of Fame, the great Ferguson Jenkins. 18-year-old Pearl Peterson will sing the national anthem. She's the Boys and Girls Clubs of America's National Youth Talent Performer for 2023. Coverage of Game 2 starts at 6 o'clock. That would be tonight, now Saturday night, here on Fox 4 with the first pitch at 7:03, and then keep it on Fox 4 afterward for the late edition of Fox 4 News and complete post-game coverage. Dallas Mavericks had to play second fiddle in their home opener tonight.
Yeah, that's right. The Mavs hosting the Brooklyn Nets, former team of Kyrie Irving. We take you out to the AAC. Some Luka magic tonight. The Dawn was on and hot early off a triple-double in San Antonio. Doncic hits his second three-pointer of the night. He had 20 in the first half. How about the rookie big man, Derek Lively, got the start after an impressive debut Wednesday. Second quarter, Lively with the alley-oop dunk off a Doncic pass. The Mavs and Nets traded buckets throughout the second half and the lead. It took another heroic effort from Luka to pull the Mavs through this one. He puts Dallas on top for good with the step-back tray. With 1:26 left in the fourth, Dallas takes it 125 to 120. Luka, 49 points, 9 three-pointers, and the Mavs improve to 2-0 on this very young season in the NBA, Mike.
Most nights that Luka performance would be the headline. This is not most nights. The Rangers come from behind to win Game 1 of the World Series 6-5. Adolis Garcia with the walk-off homer in the 11th inning. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.